Hello, hello. It is that time. We're going to find out what card you chose. We're going to find out what is your word over the next couple of weeks. Where's your focus going to be, right? So, we're going to take a look at all four of the cards at the end. So, make sure you stick around for that because we're going to see what is the theme for everybody. But we're going to tune in to each card individually first so that we can just put it all together at the end and see what comes out of it. So listen for both. Of course, the card that you chose is going to be more dominant of the energy for you. That's going to represent your word over the next couple of weeks. So your word is going to be, where's your focus? Where's your intention? Where's your focus going to be, really just in general, over the next couple of weeks? So let's take a look at each card one by one. And like I say, then we're going to go back and we're going to look at all four of the cards together. So if you chose card number one, you chose Two Spirit. If you chose this card, your word is balance. So over the next couple of weeks, your theme is going to be balance. To look for the balance, to find the balance, to figure out where you feel like you're out of balance in your life. And how can you bring that back into balance? Usually bringing things back into balance is just, first of all, readjusting your perspective, then just getting grounded, getting centered. You might do a grounding exercise where you can, imagine that you're connected to the earth, right? Looking at this energy too, this is really about acceptance, self acceptance, accepting situations for what they are, recognizing what it is that you need to um, let go of. I see hummingbirds here. It's hard to point on the camera. I see hummingbirds here. So there also might be a chance of feeling like you're connecting with your higher spirit, your higher self. How are you going to be connecting with your own intuition, right? So if you chose this card, balance, that's your focus this week and over the next couple of weeks. Balance. How do I figure out what's the balance? And don't get frustrated if it's not just real easy answer, because life is real, and sometimes getting into balance is more time consuming than we would like it to be. It doesn't have to be a long time. If you've chosen this card, that means that it's going to be a little bit easier to pull things into check and back into balance. So tune into that energy, and it's going to help just get everything back into balance for you. If you chose card number two, your word is mindfulness. This is the card air, and it says breath and mindfulness. So if you chose this card, over the next couple of weeks, your focus is going to be mindfulness. And how do I intentionally do everything and put intention to everything that I'm doing over the next couple of weeks? So being mindful about, cause and effect. Everything that I say is going to affect everyone else. How? I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to really, don't overthink it, but really, this is about you saying, I'm going to put thought into everything that I do over the next couple of weeks so that I can truly feel like I am not just going through life on autopilot. I'm really putting my energy into everything that I do. And if it's not something I want to put my energy into, I need to ask myself, why am I doing something that I don't want to put my energy into? Right? So it's pretty cool looking at it. She's meditating. She's She's showing that she's connecting to her own self. This, if we live intentionally and mindfully, this is going to naturally lead us to a place of feeling more connected as she looks there in that picture. Yeah, right? So, card number 3, if you chose card number 3, your word is gratitude. Gratitude. How can you bring gratitude into your life? How can you have that sense of accomplishment through the gratitude that you're allowing in? When we start feeling grateful for those things that are happening around us, for those experiences that we had, even the bad ones, lead us to a sense of growth and lead us to a sense of, I need to find myself again, right? So whatever this is, the experiences that we're having, we're looking for that underlying gratitude. And this says grandfather, son, sacred fire. So this might be tuning in somehow to the strength of your ancestors. Those that came before you, how did they approach life? Even if we didn't have a relationship at all, or if the relationship that we had was strained with those that came before us, there's some strength that can be found in that, is what this card is saying. So tune in to what your strengths are that were handed down to you. Tune into that energy. And if you don't feel a connection at all to your ancestors, to your elders, who is it that you would feel connected to in this life? Maybe a chosen friend who you look at as family. But who is it that you would look to, and where would you find strength in that statement? Yeah, where does that gratitude come from? Because something here is ready to transform for you, right? Like if you look at this, she's focusing here, but she's got like the magic and the power behind her. So really, there's a new sense of rebirth that's coming from this card, because whatever it is that you're going to tune into, and is going to lead you then to a place of feeling like, yeah, something's going to break through. There's going to be something new. There's going to be some new existence, new experience, new something that I find about myself maybe that comes in, that you say, hey, I'm grateful for this, and now this maybe leads you to another way of thinking that allows that transformation piece to start coming in for you. If you chose card number 4, your word is respect. Look at all the little images in here. Like there's the, the flowers, I think that's wildlife, but we got here, this is the world. This is all the thoughts that are coming in, right? I always look at bison energy as very, very lucky, very protective, very supportive, very strong, right? Bring that strength in, and you can tune into this card to find some inner strength, right? What do you think of when you see this card? I think this is setting up for the future, staying the course, getting ready for abundance, ready for to stay the course. And if things are tough for you right now, this card is saying just keep walking, keep going through the storm, just keep moving. I like the energy of bison. It's quite interesting how it comes up, because it's almost like, if you've ever seen one in real life, they're massive. And, they're just, there's so much strength that you can tune into. Yeah. But very intuitive also. So if you know a bison, a buffalo bison, they will, if there's a storm, let's say there's a big winter storm that's coming in, they head straight towards it because they know that's the fastest way through it. So that's another piece of this too, is just whatever's going on in your life, and it doesn't have to be difficult, but whatever is going on in your life, this is just saying just get after it. Don't procrastinate, just get after it and just hit the nail on the head. Whatever it is, just go after it. Let's put all four of these cards together to see as a collective what is the energy that we're all going to be working with over the next couple of weeks. Of course, keeping in the back of your mind now the card that you chose as being the highlighted energy. So all of us over the next couple of weeks are being encouraged to really focus on balance, check in on our balance, make sure that we're tuning into that balance, right? That's what this says. And also, like, if I'm looking at this hummingbird energy, this is like, get lighter. Don't take life so seriously. Enjoy. Allow yourself to have fun and just be carefree for a little while, And we've got to make sure that we're remembering to breathe. Be mindful. This is part of our theme too for everybody. This mindfulness is telling us, do everything you do with intention. So this is like practice the pause so that you can, do everything that you want to do with intention. How will this affect others? How will this affect myself? How will this affect my future? Not being too serious. Remember, this card's telling you stay light, stay positive, stay happy. But also it's like, yeah, but be mindful, right? Don't be careless. Be mindful. Everything that comes our way over the next couple of weeks, we're being encouraged to express that gratitude energy. Turn inward and say, what am I grateful for today? Where does my gratitude live today? Great questions over the next couple of weeks. And ultimately, we want to make sure that we have respect in our hearts. Respect for yourself, respect for your neighbors, your friends, your family, your planet, your world, right? So, and also stay the course. Don't be afraid. For some people are going through a tough time, and this would be a good card for them to look at. And if I were to say to them, just stick it out a little bit longer. This card says everything's going to be okay, but you got to hang in there. Got to hang in there. Yeah. So it looks interesting over the next couple of weeks. I think these are really great cards that go well together. So let me know in the comments if you feel comfortable. How does the card that you chose represent what's going on in your life right now? And how do these four cards together play out in your story right now? It's going to be different for everybody, right? Is there a storm that you're moving through? Or are you just being encouraged to maybe be lighter and have a good time and, enjoy life for what it is? Be grateful for what's coming in. So let me know if you feel confident and comfortable. Let me know how these cards are playing out in your life right now. Go back and watch the last one if you haven't watched it already, or if you can't remember what card you chose. It's always nice to go back and reflect on the last reading, because sometimes looking back on it is a little easier to put the pieces together than looking at the cards going into the situation. So go back and check that out if you feel like you want a little more validation to the card that you chose. That would be a great way to do it. Enjoy the next couple weeks ahead. We're going to do this again in another couple weeks. Take care and bye for now, guys.